Obesity in America by me, Kelsey Gibbons. What is obesity? Obesity affects individuals' large picture of overall wellness. The average American watches 12 plus hours of television each week. 10 plus hours a week are spent playing video games. World Health Organization in 2014 declared the spread of obesity to be considered a worldwide epidemic. Obesity is second among all preventable deaths in America today. Physical wellness recognizes the need for physical activity, diet, sleep, and nutrition. An increase in inactivity, high fat, and sugary food, combined with decreased physical activity, are leading trends in today's obesity epidemic amongst Americans. How does obesity affect America? Nearly 1 out of 3 Americans are clinically obese. Breaking this down, 2/3 of adults struggle with obesity, and a rising 1/3 of children struggle with physical wellness. Obesity impacts America's health, economy, workforce, communities, and overall wellness. Regional obesity rates show that southern states rank higher in obesity due to a lack of income and lack of education. Global figures indicate that in 2005, 1.6 billion adults were overweight and 400 million adults were obese. Approximately 20 million children, nearly 35% of their population of Americans, are obese children. The Congressional Budget Office reported in 2010 a 20% increase in healthcare spendings caused by obesity. In 1970, 45% of Americans were diagnosed as obese. The projection for 2020 is for obesity to rise to 74% of Americans if we continue on the path we are currently. Hospitals are forced to make facility changes in America to accommodate the population of obese patients, such as installing mini cranes, wider doorways, and larger wheelchairs. This isn't the only structural change America is having to make. In fact, the Federal Transit Administration is testing for heavier riders as the impact they might have in the case of an accident. Cars are calculated to be burning over 1 billion gallons of gasoline more a year compared to 1960. Environmental changes to create wider seats in public areas such as waiting rooms, stadiums, and park recreations are also underway. With the new U.S. healthcare reforms put in place in 2010, it has allowed employers to charge obese employees 30 to 50% more for their qualifying health insurance coverage if they deny participation in the company's wellness program. An alarming percentage of 34 has climbed since 1960, tripling the amount of Americans with a BMI of 30 or higher, whereas the percentage for morbidly obese patients has risen 6%. Obesity is classified to raise the risk of various medical conditions such as cardiac disease, diabetes, and even chronic pain. The health risks that it increases. Obesity has been linked to over 60 severe and chronic health risks and conditions. Obesity puts individuals at a higher risk for cancers such as, but not limited to, breast, colon, kidney, gallbladder, and liver. Osteoarthritis is also a risk increase. It's caused by the deterioration of cartilage and bone within a joint, such as the knees. 75% of hypertension or high blood pressure is linked to obesity, and 2/3 of type 2 diabetes is linked to people being overweight or obese. In the picture provided on the slide, the left is a 250-pound female, and on the right, a 120-pound female. Notice the excess fat surrounding each limb, the abdomen, and most eye-opening, the heart and organs. This depicts internally what the eye can't see, how fat affects the internal workings of the human body. The excess fat forces extra strain on the body and internal organs. The 8 dimensions of wellness. Emotional is coping effectively with life and creating satisfying relationships. Environmental, good health by occupying pleasant, stimulating environments that support well-being. Financial, satisfaction with current and future financial situations. Intellectual, recognizing creative ability and finding ways to expand knowledge and skills. Occupational, personal satisfaction and enrichment from one's work. Physical, recognizing the need for physical activity, healthy foods, and sleep. Social, developing a sense of connection, belonging, and a well-developed support system. And lastly, spiritual, expanding a sense of purpose and meaning in life. These 8 dimensions of wellness create an overall picture of one's health. How meeting these needs in each category can help create a sense of wellness for all being. Shaping wellness. Many social practices and ideas have shaped the expectations of wellness. Social practices neglect to keep in mind all 8 dimensions of wellness for a well-rounded picture of health. The social practices have created the ideal outer appearance of wellness to be the perfect model body. These are depicted with various supermodels and the ideal perfect body that is created throughout society, leading us to self-wellness. For my own picture of wellness, the areas I was severely lacking in were physical and social, something nearly all of us online students can relate to. Beginning my weight loss journey from obese to fit, I was diagnosed after my first child as obese. I'm nowhere near the perfect model body, but I'm healthy for me. Every body shape is different, creating a different physical health that no one person can share. Find your own health and wellness. Social health, being a full-time wife, mother, friend, employee, and student, takes a toll on a social life. Quitting work to focus on my social and mental health and to finish school will be the best decision I've made. This will allow for more time during my day for schoolwork, leaving open time to socialize, parent, and be a spouse. Making more time for physical health with meal prepping, exercise, and get outside. It's the perfect time of year. You need to take charge of your health. Educate yourself on adequate health choices. Seek the help of nutritionists, physicians, and personal trainers to provide the knowledge for your wellness. Make a lifestyle change. By uncovering the dimensions of wellness for myself, I've been able to analyze how to better my health. How can you create your optimal wellness? Don't order takeout every night of the week. Change that habit and learn to cook. Prepare healthy meals at home. Learn healthy alternatives. Instead of driving your car to your community mailbox, walk to it. Your attitude is half the battle. Sure, we don't always want to get up at 5 a.m. to do our workouts, but a full-time student, employee, and mother, that's the only time I have. So smile, do it, focus on the healthier attitude, and make strides to better your wellness. And most importantly, love who you are. Change for America. Until recent years, there was a lack of importance for one's health. With the continued increase in obesity amongst Americans, the problem has to be rectified. Campaigns have been promoting healthy programs such as Get Up and Go, encouraging the younger generations to take pride in their health with exercise and activity. Wellness influence such as your community, education, the readily access to medical care, your peers, your work environment, and your family. These are all great wellness influences. The epidemic of obesity, by forcing individuals to take a deeper look into the overall definition of wellness. It's clear that obesity isn't a psychological disorder, but a lack of physical activity and an excess of food intake or unhealthy foods, such as fast food, sugary foods, and carbohydrates. There hasn't been adequate research into the mental effects of obesity, though the FDA is looking further into the long-term effects being obese or overweight has on an individual's mental wellness. Take a look at your hereditary influences. Hereditary traits from your family members, such as heart disease. My father has that. He was 42 and had 2 strokes. Though no one else in my family was obese, this forced me to look deeper into my personal wellness problems. Gallbladder. I had my gallbladder removed, and there's a high statistic in obese or overweight patients that do have gallbladder disorders. I looked at my social influences. What did I surround myself with? Who did I surround myself with? What was their habits? Was I picking up on these habits? Take a look at environmental influences. Did I have adequate medical care? And what's the quality of my environment? I provided a clean home, fine-tuned my grocery list, and enhanced my water intake. Those are all small steps to achieve your wellness. Positivity. Though I don't think there are any pros to obesity, there have been many campaigns promoting body positivity. There's no mold for the human body, and every body is very different. These campaigns have shown women and men around the world that it's okay to love themselves for exactly what their bodies are. More plus-size models, such as Ashley Graham and Tess Holliday, have taken media by the storm with their size 22 and 16 body types. They encourage young girls around the world to be comfortable in their skin and not compare their body to the unrealistic supermodels. These fabulous ladies wouldn't have such a standpoint if obesity wasn't such a topic of conversation in the world. Can you be happy and healthy and be overweight? Curing obesity. The essence of importance is being echoed throughout every health industry. Educate your peers and friends on the issues and the risks. Spend time researching nutritional factors in the new food pyramid. Utilize trainers, physicians, and nutritionists. Attend seminars to educate yourself and peers on the importance of wellness. Express emphasis on the epidemic of obesity and the heightened risk factors that come along. Most insurance coverage allows visits for personal trainers, and portions, if not all of the costs, are covered for nutritionists and excess medical needs. Utilize these tools at hand to better your knowledge on the matter of obesity and to find that you can too better your picture of wellness. In recent years, I've sought the help of an amazing trainer to show me how to personally work out to achieve my physical goals. She's a great support system for my mental health as well as my physical. She educates me. She's a great tool to rely on. That leads me to support. Encourage your loved ones to take on the fight against a heavy America and work together to reach goals and aspirations. Pay attention to the foods you're putting in your body. Cut out processed foods, sugary foods, and fast foods. Specifically, fast foods carry all of these categories for you to avoid in your diet. For myself, a lot of these categories of foods were knocked out by process of elimination due to chronic migraines. First, starting with processed foods, I noticed an increase in energy and a decrease in bloating and migraines. Next led to me reducing my sugar intake. I typically try to keep my day under 10 grams of sugar to avoid migraines. I've also noticed with no artificial sugars or sugars in my body, I have less body aches. I wake up nearly pain-free every morning and continue to have more and more energy. Now, this may not work for everyone the same way it does me. This is why I see a nutritionist and have a trainer and a great physician who help me find adjustments for the best possible dietary plan. All these suggestions make my plan preferable for individuals to find success in their physical wellness. By implementing these habits and education into your life, you will affect your children and the peers around you, such as a ripple effect to encourage a healthier lifestyle throughout America. My references. Thank you.